Wellness Çağında Turizm Yatırımları başlığıyla yeni bir panel başlığı açıyoruz. Ve bu panelimizde moderatörümüz, wellness deyince ilk akla gelen isimlerden biri kendisi. Hediye Güral Gür, NG Hotels Yönetim Kurulu Başkanı.
Merhaba, teşekkürler. Siz nasılsınız?
Çok teşekkür ederiz. Buyurunuz efendim. Ve tabii ki Sayın Hediye Güral Gür modere edecek ve kimler bizlerle beraber olacak moderasyonu Hediye Hanım'ın yaptığı panelde. İlk olarak Filip Boyen'i davet etmek istiyorum. Forbes Travel Guide küresel elçisi, tekrar merhaba diyoruz kendisine. Ve Carmen Bardají, Sunset Hotels Group İş Geliştirme Direktörü. Anne Bigging, Healing Hotels of the World Kurucu ve CEO'su. Ve Gary Young, Johnson Health Tech EMEA Bölgesi Otelcilik Satışları Direktörü. Hediye Hanım, buyurunuz efendim. Saatimiz burada 40 dakikamız var. Söz sizde.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our panel, which we will talk a little bit about wellness and longevity with our esteemed panelists who are really very expertise on their fields. And wellness, we hear a lot in the recent years. Today, travel no longer simply means about resting and discovering, but our guests want to return from a destination to their homes with some of the experiences they had with them, and the feeling better physically, mentally, and emotionally. This change, this evolution is not a passing trend. It reflects a broader shift in awareness that health has become the most precious thing in our lives. So, as a result, wellness is moving far beyond the traditional boundaries of spa and fitness. It's influencing everything from how we design our hotels, how we train our employees, and how we deliver our services. And I am honored to be joined by an outstanding group of speakers, and I'm honored that you will share your experiences with us. I would like to introduce my guest very briefly. Filip Boyen, who has served as the CEO of Forbes Travel Guide and Small Luxury Hotels of the World, and as COO within Belmont, continues to contribute to the luxury hospitality sector through his advisory work. He will share his global experience and strategic perspective with us.
Good.
I am also delighted to welcome Carmen Bardají, a successful executive who has played a key role in developing hotel and lifestyle projects and who leads business development at Sunset Hospitality Group. She will bring valuable insights through her experiences.
Thank you.
Anne Bigging, founder and CEO of Healing Hotels of the World and one of the pioneers of holistic hospitality. She will enrich our discussion with her perspective on transformational travel and purpose-driven guest experiences. And finally, we have Gary Young, whose leadership roles at Marriott, Therabody, and now Matrix will bring together fitness, wellness technologies, and hospitality. So, let's start. And I would like to begin with Anne. And you have founded Healing Hotels of the World like almost 20 years ago, who barely was aware of the wellness during that time. So this gives us the clue that you have discovered the importance of healing in terms of yoga, meditation, and holistic techniques long before the majority did. Can you please briefly tell us about what wellness is in a broad sense? What are the primary risks and opportunities you see today for customers, operators, and investors in hospitality longevity and medical wellness offerings?
That's a big thing. So let's break it down in small packages. I have a request. Can you please do me a favor? Can you put these things away for 1/2 minute, please? Thank you. And then to give you a taste of what I think is important, if we talk about healing, wellness, hospitality, in the deepest sense of hospitality, take a deep breath. Please follow me. Everything is fine. I take care of you. Take a deep breath in, please. Now, 1, 2, 3. And let it out. And take another one breath in. And let it out. And then put your hands, if you want, on your heart, where you think your heart is. I hope you know. And feel the pulse of your heart. Just feel it for a second. I'm very grateful for my heart, because without my heart, I wouldn't be able to live. So I think we have to remember, whatever we do in life, that we are not machines. We are human beings and we have a heart. Okay, thank you for your patience. Filip and I think we spoke a lot about this morning. So wellness, actually, we changed the word. We changed from wellness to healing 20 years ago, exactly 20 years ago next week, when we found Healing Hotels of the World, because I always thought there must be more than even wellness. Because just think you have a car, a great like Lamborghini, and you take care of this car, but one of the tires is missing. You can't drive. It's very simple. The car is not worth anything. That's with us, with human beings. If we just focus on outer wellness, on our financial wellness, our love affairs, and so on, and we have no connection to the inner world. I'm a businesswoman. Give me space. Yeah, I'm not preaching, but I learned in my life that if we are not connected to who we truly are as human beings, even as a human race, we will never be happy. Okay, so the search for happiness is a big one in the wellness world today. I'm going to a retreat. I'm going to a wellness resort. I want to become happy. I want to change my life. I want to become happy. I want to find a new lover. I want to become happy. I want to have a child or more. I want to become happy. We are always in a state of needing something. So when we go back to our own contentment, to our own heart, there's everything we want, at least in my experience. So we talked about holistic, meaning healing, as a possibility for a lifestyle. And how about doing this in hospitality? Because I've been a travel journalist, I have been representing governments and countries and so on, always traveling, staying in the best super hyper, whatever luxury places. And I was mostly tired, exhausted, depressed, wanted to go home to, hug my little girl. Hence, I found this. So today we are in a situation where there is a huge confusion. You spoke about this morning, Gary. What is wellness? What is healing? So I think when we created the brand, it took us 2 years to create the standards and the criteria, how a healing hotel should be. Not just the spa, not just the mattress, not just the room, but the whole thing, including, with strong focus on HR, of course. 250 touch points in our criteria just for HR, human resources. So I think we have a huge responsibility when we create or open a hotel and call it wellness or healing hotel, because we touch people's beliefs, we touch their yearning for something, finding something bigger. And I forgot what else you asked me.
The other question. Okay.
Longevity we talk later, right?
Okay. Okay then. And I would like to skip to Filip. And Filip, you have been to many different regions and countries, and you had the chance to observe what is happening in the wellness world. So can you please share your experiences a little bit about what is the latest trends in wellness, and how is the wellness industry is growing, maybe sharing with some numbers and facts?
Of course. So the wellness industry is currently valued at $6.8 trillion and growing rapidly, as we know. 41% of wellness spending comes from millennials and Gen Z, sorry, not Jet Z, Gen Z, and that's the age of 13 to 42. What do they demand? Personalization, data-driven solutions powered by social media. You won't be surprised. Next is the midlife consumers between 43 and 59, who are very prevention-minded. And surprisingly, the fastest growing segment is the active boomers between 60 and 78. And they are spending and focusing, of course, on longevity. There is a fundamental shift going on from occasional indulgence to intentional self-investment. Guests are seeking measurable results and transformative journeys, and wellness is shifting from pampering to purpose. Experiences backed by science, programs with clear outcomes, delivering both data and delight. Wellness and well-being are, not surprisingly, the cornerstones of longevity. And as Anna said, we need to be very careful when we start to offer longevity treatments in hotels. We need to be very careful to make sure that we are partnering with professionals, with institutions that are very experienced in that area, because it could be a minefield. Where hotels can concentrate on is focus on reducing stress levels for the guests. Reducing stress levels can be done in different ways. One is to offer a seamless experience. Second is to make sure that you have attentive and anticipatory service, which puts guests at ease. Nobody has to get excited. But most importantly, concentrate on a good night's sleep. That's why people come to your hotel in the first place. Make sure you have quality beds, and make sure you have total soundproofing for your rooms and blackout. So there's not a glimpse of light coming into the room during the night. That's really important. Because I know from experience, a guest that has had a good night's sleep in the morning is a different person than the one that did not.
Of course.
Yeah, for whatever reason, because it is truly, truly important. The opportunity in hotels, I think in wellness, is to hire specialists. I don't think we are doing enough with our spas. We can make more revenue. We can create new products, new treatments in spas. So bringing in a wellness consultant or professional into your spa could be worth it, because it can drastically increase revenue. Fitness, of course, is joining the party, as we just heard from Techno Gym. Strength is the new weight loss. So I would say focus is on creating a human culture of optimism, also amongst the staff in wellness. They are part of the overall experience that we offer our guests, and they are very important. We talked about it this morning. A gym by itself possibly doesn't make money in a hotel, because it is a service that we need to offer to the guest. But as a wellness, a good wellness center, a professionally run wellness center can be very, very successful. So that's about it.
Thank you. And Carmen, and you are representing Sunset Hospitality Group, which was founded in Spain and expanding very fastly. And maybe you can talk a little bit about your group with your speech. And the Sunset Hospitality Group has built a strong lifestyle-driven portfolio. How is Sunset currently approaching wellness across its hospitality projects, and how does this philosophy translate into concept design?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So yeah, I think it's important before coming of how we are implementing the wellness into our hotels. I think it's important to speak a little bit about Sunset Hospitality. So Sunset was created in Dubai, although the founder is Spanish. I'm Spanish as well, but most of the employees, it's a mix between Lebanese and worldwide as Dubai, basically. But we started in Dubai 15 years ago. So Sunset is today a worldwide lifestyle hospitality group with more than 100 properties and with presence in 26 countries. But starting in Dubai has made the difference. For those that are familiar with Middle East, you probably know that most of the F&B, the restaurants, because of the alcohol license, were inside the hotel. So we started like that, managing restaurants and beach clubs in hotels in Dubai. Very much focus on the customers, always focus on the needs of the clients, what do they want, to bring more experiences into our portfolio. We don't like to say we have brands or we have concepts. What we have is different experiences for our guests and our clients to enjoy their life, their special locations in a restaurant, a good day in the beach club, and then we end up opening hotels. It was 5 years ago when we opened our first property in Bodrum. So Turkey is a very special country for us. And for us, it was a very natural growth because opening a hotel, the name is Met, the brand is Met, it was the consequence of our growth to bring all our expertise, F&B expertise, entertainment expertise. So now we want to bring the wellness. Why? Very simple, because we know our clients very well, we know where the new generations are going, and it's the most important part, it's a very, very important part of their lives to make sure that they take care of themselves. So this is something we are entering now. How we are entering into the wellness as a hotel operator. We are doing something quite unique, I believe, which is we are creating a new division in our group, which is the members clubs. The private members clubs. This division has a brand, which is Madison House. So we were thinking internally a lot about what can we bring to the market, what really can this members club be. And it was very clear that wellness has to be the driver of this new members club. So probably you are familiar with the ones in London, the one is in New York, that are mainly focused on socializing. But that is not enough nowadays because people gets bored about going to the same restaurant. So you need something in common with your members, and in our case will be the wellness. So in our Madison House clubs, we are going to have, of course, the social element with the bar and the restaurant, but you will also be part of a wellness club. This wellness club, we are going to try to get to the next level, so it's not anymore a gym, it's not only a spa, it has as well recovery areas and all the recovery services that, not services, activities that there are now in the market, and very important, the longevity. We have to be careful, I agree with you, Filip, about being entering into the longevity as hoteliers. So what we have done is we have partnered and we are collaborating with longevity clinics in each destination to make sure we are in good hands and with the right professionals behind. So our members, they will pay probably almost the price of a regular gym membership, a bit higher, but they will not tell the difference because they will get much more. They will be in a very nice hotel in the middle of a city. In this case, we are launching our first 2 properties in Milan and in Singapore in our Met hotels. And they will have access to all these great facilities. It's very good as well for an investor point of view because we as hoteliers, we are using the gyms and the spas of the hotels as part of the Madison House facilities. We all know that sometimes the gyms and the spas of the hotels are totally empty. not because the hotel operator is doing something wrong, but because of the dynamics of the hotel guests. When you are a hotel guest, you might go in the morning to the gym, then you do your leisure activities around the city, or you go for work in the city that you are, but normally they are empty. So the way we are using those facilities in our club, we are ensuring that we are really utilizing the facilities. So yeah, it's a different way of looking at bringing wellness to the hotels, I believe.
Thank you. And Gary, after spending a long time in hospitality management, you have shifted your career to gym equipments. So you had the chance to see both sides of building a hotel as a whole complex and the building a gym. So can you please share your ideas? How are hotels and resorts rethinking their wellness infrastructure to meet the needs of longevity-focused travelers?
I'm really lucky. I work with all the major players globally, so I get to see their wellness and fitness strategies in advance. And the interesting thing is when I started in hotels many years ago with Marriott Hotels, I think we had 5, 6 brands. They've now got 33, 34 brands. So what they're able to do in defining those brands based on different markets is then define their fitness and wellness offering. And I think that we have to lean into that. And as a supplier now, what we have to do is make sure that we have the specialists, we have the products, we have the guidance, that we can start to work with those brands in defining what is it they want to achieve for their specific customers. I think before it was all about very basic offerings. As long as we put something in, people will use it. That's not the case. We're talking about, I think Filip said, strength is a new CV. Why is that? Because if you look at the detail, more females are using strength products than they used to. So in fact, we've got to meet the customer where they're at. But I do think there's a disconnect that we've got to talk about. I think that the brands are very clear on their objective and their long-term strategy when it comes to wellness. I think it gets diluted when it comes down to the hotel and the owners and the investment that they want to put into it. I think that the amount of available investment towards the end of a project, once everything's been spent, is somewhat limited. But I do think that if we are serious about the market, and we've already acknowledged that if you look at 35-year-olds, they now account for 50% of the gym members in the US. They're our customers. They're going to be our guests. They have an expectation. And I think, therefore, that what we need to consider is what is high quality, because I think high quality is subjective. Quality isn't necessarily about the cost of the product. It's about what that product can do. Because if you look at all the product ranges, for example, it's all very good quality, but it's about experiences. And we really need to lean into that when it comes to well-being and longevity. We've got an aging population. It's about what products do we have for those people. Understand your market, understand your investment, understand what you want to achieve at the end. But I do think that when it comes to wellness centers in hotels, a lot of this is nothing new. I came to Ankara and I was part of the opening team for the JW Marriott. And it was an incredible property, incredible. No one had seen anything like the investment that they were putting into that property. But I think that was because of the owner's desire to open up this wellness holistic facility that really more people need to lean into. And I think if it's not necessarily about the size, it's just about the quality of what you want to try and achieve when you come to designing your product.
Thank you. And how can operators and investors balance commercial aims with genuinely honoring guests' health needs? What is the stake if they get this wrong?
Okay, one word to longevity, allowed? Yeah?
Yep.
I was thinking about this because I'm watching the scene. I mean, you know, we have 80+ hotels all over the world, and they are, you know, all very interested in this thing. I'm living longevity, so I allow myself to say something here. It's the wish for never, you know, for always live forever and become very old is ancient, has always been, you know, always been around. So we never want to die because it's said it's a bad thing if we die. So we don't want to die. So, but it really depends on so many factors. So here you have 5 people in the panel. You actually do have, if you start operating and working with longevity in a hotel, I'm just talking about hotels now, you have to have so much research. You have to search the market. You have to do lots of finding out what do people want today, really. What's their age? What's their sex? What's their phases their life in? How is their hormone level? You know, are they working high stress and the whole thing? It's the whole spectrum of humanity. And that has to be taken into consideration. You cannot one size fits all, right, Philip? Like our friend Anna said, it's a minefield. We have to know what we are doing, number one. So research. Look into women's health. My God, if you want to invest, go there, really, because it's a huge market. We might make more money than men, but that's on the side. So how do we invest? Research, know the market, know the procedures, what needs to be done, what is allowed in hospitality and what not, what works and what doesn't, because this is so young now, we don't have long-term studies. The second is have a lot of money available, because you need to pay the experts, you need to make mistakes. Your return on investment will take a much longer time, much longer time, although it can be huge, but you will have setbacks, because you will make your mistakes. So P&L needs to be stretched. That's, I think, I want to say something here. If we talk about wellness and money, it's all fine, because I'm a businesswoman. I can think commercially. But when we created Healing Hotels, we promised ourselves, we will never ever want only one guest to leave a healing hotel having not experienced something deep in their heart. Now imagine we are working with people's expectation about living longer. What is the cost? What are we doing to our bodies when we have all these injections, all these things? Is it really the right moment for me? I mean, I can only say this again, we are into a big change in life, and we all are responsible for what we are doing here, what we are delivering. So last but not least, I would suggest 8.4 billion people on this beautiful planet, and it's a minority of us who can afford, to go to even have a spa treatment, to go to a gym. What about the rest who cannot even afford that? So why not investing into longevity or livelihood of everyone? I think this will give all of us a good night's sleep if we take care of one another, because holistic healing, wellness is about going into the heart, going into a peaceful state of mind and be there for one another. Excuse me for preaching, but I believe in this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And Carmen, and how does embedding a private wellness and longevity-focused members club within a hotel fundamentally change your year-round performance? And is there any region or destination that are the most attractive for your group? And I just want to remind you that I got a big warning before we just went on to the stage to finish on time. And I would like to have your brief answers, please.
Super, no worries. So coming back to the wellness in the hotels, so definitely it has a clear impact in the P&L. I think we are all, in a way, hoteliers. We all understand P&Ls. There is a direct and clear impact when it comes to the line of other revenues, because you are bringing more facilities, more services, as Philip was saying, much more services at the end comes with revenues. So that's a very obvious one. But what we have realized, which is not as obvious, but is something that is happening in the market, not only with wellness resorts, but also with lifestyle hotels, is that when you have such a different product comparing with your competitors, it's very clear that also helps on the room revenues when it comes to increasing the occupancies. So you are basically in the hotel that people want to be, in the right place. So it helps on occupancy. It helps as well on the average length of stay. So we have realized that when you have such a strong wellness proposition, people want to stay more days in your hotel to enjoy your facilities. And the last one, it also impacts the ADR, which is direct coming to the margin level. We believe that you can increase your ADR up to between 10 to 20% comparing with your competitors of the same location by providing this type of services. Obviously, in our case, our hotel guests, they will have a daily membership to the members club. So we are offering them a very unique and exclusive thing, so it allows us to increase the ADR. And then when it comes to specific destinations or regions, I think in the past we all thought that a wellness hotel had to be in an island in Thailand or in Bali or isolated on the mountains. What we are proposing is it's not anymore like that. Our product is a day-to-day activities that you have to do because it's part of your habits, of the behaviors of our customers, but it's a day-to-day thing. We don't want someone to go 8 days into a retreat resort in Thailand, because what we are talking about is the overall is changing. It's something that changed your life. You are now into the wellness and you are doing this in a daily basis. So it can be in the middle of Milan, as what we are doing in our property. It can be in Singapore. It can be in the middle of Istanbul, because what we want to be is part of a community, but into their lives. We want to be part of their lives. We don't want to be 10 days during a holiday just for leisure purposes.
Okay, thank you. So you have a huge, broad expansion planning, right?
Correct.
Yeah, thank you. And Gary, what role do you see smart fitness technology, data analytics, and personalized training playing the role in the future of wellness tourism?
Well, I guess that goes back to the previous point I made, that 50% of members in the US now are 35. So they're integrated with AI and digital experiences. So it goes without saying that their expectation is that when they come to the hotels and use our facilities and use our equipment, that they've taken that into consideration. There's no question that AI is now, and we've integrated it in a connected fitness type of way. But I guess what we need to do in hospitality is we need to make sure that we are engaging with this technology, because we think that it's certainly in the fitness, because we put in basic products into the gyms, but we have to consider that those products are here now. We can take one of your guests, they could do a quick test, and it would advise them in the absence of staff. And staff are a very expensive commodity in hotels, but you can go to a piece of equipment, it can give you a program of what to do while you're there based on what you want to achieve. So I think that we need to embrace the technology that's out there within the market, but certainly within hospitality. We tend to lag behind, within 7-year investment cycles. So now I'm designing, I designed a product the other day for opening 2028. So what we're putting in now is going to be different in the market in that time. So I think that as hotels, if we're looking at longevity and wellness, we have to embrace AI. We have to embrace the fact that we've got digitally conscious customers. The product is out there, it's proven, it's of value, and it means that you can have a great product without having the cost of a lot of staff. Although we like the staff in the gyms, and I used to be there, but I understand that can be quite restrictive. So I would say embrace it, embrace the product, it will yield its returns. It will certainly give you an ROI. Taking Carmen's point into consideration, no direct ROI is generally there, but when you look at average rate in occupancy, we did some research with a global brand about 5 years ago, and we were able to increase the average rate. We were able to increase the occupancy with products that we put directly into specific rooms. And this was a global brand. And so it does work. They can prove it.
Thank you. So as the technology improves each day, we have to adapt ourselves into that technology.
And I think the thing we have to bear in mind is that even at Johnson Health Tech and Matrix, we understand best in class. So we partner with best-in-class people because we may not be the experts in certain products, but we will partner with those because they are the best-in-class. And I think that's the important factor. The credibility in the product is more important than just having our name on it. So I think that that's something we've been doing for a couple of years, and something we're rolling out this year is embracing that element of it.
Yeah, thank you. And Filip, I would like to finish with you. As we know, wellness is all about humans, and we have talked about the customer side of wellness so far. But there is the employee side of this. And do you think that the employee issues are important in wellness?
Absolutely.
And do you think that the workplace wellness is does matter for the wellness?
Yeah. I think it's no secret that one of our biggest challenges in hospitality today still is to find and retain staff, right? We cannot find skilled hospitality workers. They don't want to be in hospitality anymore. It's too tough, it's underpaid, blah, blah, blah, blah. So, what problem does that create within a hotel? If you are short-staffed in a hotel, let's say in a restaurant, the other staff have to work harder. That puts additional pressure on them. A guy that is today a supervisor in the restaurant, because we can't find the restaurant manager, could be promoted to restaurant manager. So we're promoting him out of his debt, which means he hasn't got the management skills to do that job, which means burnout. Because 2 months later, we will all realize we promoted this man, he was a great supervisor, but he can't deal with the responsibilities of a restaurant manager. So that causes additional stress. My point is, let's look after the well-being of our staff.
Yeah.
That starts with facilities in the hotel. That starts with giving them good nutritional food. That starts with looking after their changing rooms, their uniforms, make them feel good about themselves. Because we need to retain the staff. They are like gold dust for the moment. If I hear that in Istanbul the average turnover is between 30 and 35%, that costs a lot of money. And by the way, 35%, looking at it globally, is not high. London is talking between 50 and 55% in the top hotels. But if you would calculate what that costs you to replace 50% or 35% of your staff on a yearly basis, investing in staff, investing in their facilities, investing in their food, investing in their exercise regime would be a massive return on investment.
You're right. We all agree that happy employees bring
Absolutely.
happy guests,
Yeah.
right?
I have one guess here. Sorry, we have 1 more minute. So in some of our hotel partners, the employees, because we did some research there, stay very long, and they eat with the guests. They not have their separate rooms. So in some of them, I was invited in one of our new ones in India. It's called Tula. So I'm invited as a guest to serve the rest in the part where the staff eats, and it was a lovely experience because we got to know each other. There was a new together. It's us. It's not just you serve me and blah blah blah. It was beautiful.
You're right. It increases the level of loyalty the employees feel
Respect.
about their companies.
Respect.
Yeah, the respect. Okay. Okay. Thank you for all for joining me today.
Thank you.
I hope the audience is happy with what they have listened today from you, and I hope the master of ceremony is happy with us because we finished on time. And
Yay.
thank you for your patience.
Good one.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good.
Super, Carmen. Good.
Good.
Lovely.
Thank you again.
Great job.
Buyurunuz efendim.
Thank you, my dear.
Evet, please stay a
Thank
little
you.
bit more.
I have already
You
one.
have
you very
already,
much.
but
Okay.
you
Thank
need
you.
to take a picture.
I'll-
Hoş geldiniz, buyurunuz. Çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Şerife Hanım buyurun. How about this place? How about the front? Join me in the front. Thank you. Evet, wellness dedik. Wellness turizmi gittikçe yükselen bir trend, önemli bir trend ve trend olmaktan çıkıp yerleşik bir düzene girecekmiş gibi gözüküyor. Çünkü wellness'ın önemi gittikçe daha çok anlaşılıyor. Az önce dinlediğimiz konuklarımız da bunun altını çizdiler. Bir kez daha çok teşekkür ediyoruz.